Greeting and introduction. Vocabulary list 1. Success criteria. After you watch the video, you can recognize the characters, and you can also use the characters to make phrases and sentences. Before you watch the video, I'd like you to take notes. You write down how you are going to remember the characters. So I'm going to explain how the characters it's structured, but you come up with your own story. But when you do the note, please make sure you only write down in Pinyin words and English, because taking down in characters takes too much time. And also, you write down the examples on how to use the words in meaningful context, like to use the word to make phrases or sentences. While you watch the video, please follow me with the pronunciation. This is the best way for you to improve your pronunciation, and you can speak Chinese naturally. And you can watch again if you need it, and make sure you practice on Education Perfect. Now, let's start. First character, 你. So this character means you. We break this up on the left-hand side. So this stroke is like a person, but we make this stroke stand. So whenever you see this component, it indicates human being, people. So it always has something to do with human beings. So you, 你, you're a human being. So we use person component. And on the right hand side, as underneath is like a little person, and on the top it's like a head. So you can come up with your own story. Try to remember this character. This is 您, which is a respectful form for 你. So when we address to an elder or address to a teacher, we use 您 rather than 你 to show our respect. So the top is 你, at the bottom is a heart. So this is the Chinese word for heart, looking like the shape of a heart. So I show my respect from the bottom of my heart. This is the functional word 的, as more like of something to show possession or to show belongings, or as more like apostrophe s. We break this up. On the left is a candle, so the candle can give us light. On the right hand side is like a spoon, so we need at night we need the light to get mom's soup. For example, 你的 your mama, 你的妈妈 your mom, 您的妈妈 your mom as well, but you, 您 here is respectful form. This is 我 sounds like war, and it means I or me. So original form of 我 actually was like two weapons. So when we have weapons, that means we're having a war. So war sounds 我, but when we look at nowadays, is our life full of battles? Yes, every day I battle with myself. For example, I want to play game, I want to watch videos, but I need to do some work, so I always battle with myself. So that makes sense, right? So we have weapons to make 我 I or me. So 我的 that means my, 我的妈妈 my mom. This is 名 that means name. So we break this up. On the top, it's like a moon, the moon. So when can we see the moon? That's night. So that indicating the night. Underneath is a mouth. So at night, I can't see the person. So I need to use my mouth to call out the person. So mean that person's name. That means name. So the example here is 名字, and I'm going to explain 字 to you very soon. So 名字 in Chinese, which just means name nowadays. Now let's look at 字. The character 字 has got two parts as well. So the top part is like the roof with the chimney. Underneath is a child. It looks like a child is wrapped by the blanket. So we're taking the bottom bit as a pronunciation. So we call this character as 字. So this means character or word. So literally, 名字 actually is a name words. So but nowadays we just put them together. 名字 just means name. But when we look at this character word, there's 汉字. Han, that means Chinese people or the majority of Chinese people. So 汉字, that Chinese people's words or Chinese people's character. And this is 是 also is a linking word. So we can say at some stage, we can say it is or am or are, but it's not always is or am or are. Break this up. On the top, 是 is the sun. Underneath is the foot. Is the foot. So we're walking towards the sun. So we use it as a linking verb. For example, 我是 For example, 我是 Matthew, I am Matthew. 我的名字是 Matthew. My name is Matthew. And this is 叫. 叫 means to call or to be called. So on the left hand side is the mouth. On the right hand side, it's like rope. So the rope is going from the start to, you don't know, because the rope is very long. So my calling to you, the sound is like can travel forever. That's 叫. So that means I call out someone loudly. And nowadays we just understand it as to call or to be called. So we can use it in the example. 我叫 so and so. 我叫 Matthew. 我的名字叫 Matthew. And we can also say my name is Matthew. 我的名字叫 Matthew. Of course, you can say 我的名字是 Matthew. This is 姓. 姓, that means someone's surname is. So this is quite different from English because surname in English is a noun. So my surname is Chen. But in Chinese, we've got to say 我姓陈. So over here in Chinese, 姓 is a verb. Now let's look at the character. Left hand side is a female. So the female looking like this curve is looking like the lady, or this is young lady, kneeling down. So back in old China, and ladies had to be obedient to listen to their father or their husband. So this is female radical. On the right hand side, that's 生, looking like a plant. A plant is growing, and we can see this as a horizontal line. So underneath is earth. So the leaves are growing. So 生, that means to give birth to or something grow. So that makes sense, eh? So everybody was given birth by a female. So now put this into a context. 我姓陈. So my surname is Chen, but in Chinese, 姓 is a verb, or we can use it as noun as well. 我的姓是陈. My surname is Chen. Now let's have a revision. 这是什么？你。这是什么？您。这是什么字？这是我。这是什么字？这是的。这是什么字？这是名。这是什么字？这是字。这是什么字？这是是。这是什么字？这是叫。这是什么字？这是姓。The sentences are 我的名字叫 so and so. For example, 我的名字叫 Matthew. 我的名字 or we can say 我的名字是 Matthew. 我姓陈 My surname is Chen. Or 我的姓是陈。